Second drive for Las Vegas. And they give it to Trey Tucker with Bowers blocking ahead. Tucker shoved out of bounds by Kamari Lassiter.
Some of him, but a lot of the offensive line.
3rd down and 1. Gino is intercepted. It's Derek Stingley on the return. Stingley with a touchdown. The Texans defense strikes again.
Charles here, they go play action. He's just looking for Jeanty in the flat, and he gets pressure from Hunter, but just a miscommunication and a bad throw by Geno Smith. The play's not there, throw it away, but to go for that pass and put it behind him.
3rd down and 7. Pressure coming, Geno, and it is caught along the sideline by Bowers. Let's see where they spot him. Collins and Stokes on the bottom of your screen here on 3rd down and 4. Stroud looking that way, now comes back left, throwing deep down the field and incomplete. 2nd down and 7. Geno Smith has some time, taking a shot down the field for Besh. Separation in the catch. Besh inside the 25-yard line.
Try and find one of your receivers downfield and create another big play.
Geno fakes it to Tucker. Now comes back to Tucker. He's open. He's got some space. Tucker inside the 15. And Trey Tucker moving Vegas deeper into the red zone. A gain of 8. 3rd down and 6. Geno to the end zone, and it is caught by Bowers for a touchdown. Charles Davis all over it. And Brock Bowers has his 7th touchdown of the year.
That Will Anderson let him get the free release off the line of scrimmage. I thought he might try and chip him and throw him off his timing. But when he got the free release, he runs stutter go. And Geno Smith finds right there, stutter. Now watch the ball. It's a beautifully thrown football right into traffic, but it gave Bowers just enough room. And coming in and how they've been playing, and Trevor Lawrence hitting his stride.
3rd down and 3. Stroud over the middle. He's got a wide open Christian Kirk, the former Jaguar, into Las Vegas territory with a 1st down and 22 yards. Stroud fakes the handoff. Now throws over the middle, too high. Incomplete, intended for Kirk. So Kaimi Fairbairn comes out to attempt a 55-yard field goal. And this one, does it have the distance? It does. Fairbairn is good from long range today. Good protection. Smith throws. Bachman makes the catch, and he's got a 1st down, making the play in front of Lassiter. Charles Grant comes in as an extra blocker on 3rd down and 1. Jeanty is stuffed by E.J. Speed. 3rd down and 2. Stroud, touch pass, and it's caught by Collins. Beautiful pitch and catch there, a gain of 17.
Right now he's been coaching up different guys. He's been very vocal. It's a very contagious energy along here.
A.J. on 3rd down, another first for the Texans. Christian Kirk muscles his way into Las Vegas territory.
On offense in the first half for Houston.
Here's Jordan. Jamar Jordan sneaks through. Another Houston 1st down. And CD, you talk about that rhythm. C.J. Stroud started 2 for 7.
And now you're still moving instead of a return of incompletion and everything that happened.
A 50-yard attempt for Fairbairn, already good from 55 today, and this one is good as well.
And they're sticking to trying to run the ball here to start the 3rd quarter.
See if they run it again on 3rd and 2. They do not. Geno Smith, quick pass. Bowers is wide open. Brock Bowers picks up the 1st down.
Done a great job with helping him convert and make him a playmaker from the nickel spot.
3rd and 6. Jeanty down the field. He's open. He's got it at the 30. Jeanty, stiff arm, stays on his feet. Touchdown! What a play by the rookie! Ashton Jeanty, a 60-yard touchdown, and we're tied at 13. Touchdown of the year is 9th overall.
And the underrated part of Ashton Jeanty's game, his ability to catch it out of the backfield. Came into this weekend 7th among all running backs in the NFL in catches on the year. And they get him out there isolated, working against a linebacker, Henry To'o, and being able to get him down. No question about that.
3rd down and 15, and the Texans run it. Crosby with a tackle for a loss. Throwing on 3rd and long. Smith was winding up deep, now throws, and it is deflected and incomplete. That was Petrie who got a hand on it. And it's obviously the people that you work with that you think about on this. And how about Nico Collins to the 40-yard line?
Started to use a little bit of it last week in a big win against Arizona.
3rd down and 1, a pitch. Here is Jordan trying to get the first, and he does not get there.
To come full speed downhill. Really good job by the Raiders defense.
Fairbairn from 49 yards away to put the Texans back on top, and he drills another. Play action for Geno Smith, and he's got Tucker open. Trey Tucker picks up a 1st down. Pushed down by Jalen Petrie, but a gain of 13. Geno looking the other way for Lockett, and Lockett's tackled immediately short of the 1st down. Jalen Petrie was not fooled. Stroud over the middle. He's got the completion in the 1st down. That's Cade Stover making the catch in front of Jeremy Chin, and a fresh set of downs for the Texans. Chubb picks up the 1st down. And still going. Nick Chubb into Las Vegas territory, and then Crosby catches him from behind. A poor tackling by Las Vegas allows Chubb to go 31 yards. That's a season-long run for Nick Chubb.
Who have you beaten along the way that we kind of have a grasp of? Detroit would count today.
2nd down and 8 for Stroud, and too much space for Jordan allowed by that Raiders defense. On 3rd down, Stroud looking deep for Nico Collins, incomplete. And a flag comes out. Lonnie Johnson got involved in that play late, maybe a little too handsy.
Pass interference on the defense, number 32. That's a spot foul. Now 1st down.
And Blake Fisher now in the ball game, the extra offensive lineman.
Stroud to the air, throwing, touchdown! Dalton Schultz. Too easy for Houston, and they have their 1st offensive score today.
Really good call by Nick Haley. The Raiders defense, everyone expecting it to be run. All of those linebackers coming downhill, go play action, and find Schultz wide open in the back of the end zone. Just an excellent play call in that situation.
Smith fires, low throw, caught by Tucker, and that's a 1st down.
So now you're getting the best pass rush that you've had all game long.
Jeanty again. Trying to break it to the outside, he does. Ashton Jeanty still going. What a run! Jeanty, his 2nd touchdown today. Without a run of at least 15 yards. That one goes for 51.
Ashton Jeanty's 2nd 100-yard game of his young career.
C.J. Stroud has to be a really good decision maker in this situation.
And these guys here better make tackles.
Stroud from his own end zone looking deep down the field. A flag comes out on Porter. Porter has played such a clean game.
Interference on the defense, number 26. That's a spot foul and an automatic 1st down.
Stroud steps up, throws on the run. He's got a man for a 1st down. That's the 1st catch today for Jaden Higgins. A gain of 17. Jordan, the running back. And Jordan breaks free. A 1st down run for Jawar Jordan. Win. Let's see if they run it to use clock or if they pass and go for the win. On 3rd down and 8, Stroud back to throw. Taking a deep shot again for Collins. Adjustment! Was he in bounds? Yes! Collins delivers! It's the Chargers next weekend.
And we saw them move the ball a little bit throughout the game.
Good game here in Houston today, and happy holidays from all of us. For Jason McCourty, Charles Davis, A.J. Ross, and our entire crew, this is Andrew Catalan saying so long from Houston. Texans win 23-21. Now to Detroit. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.